For the mammal skull, we're going to look at a cat here. And so cats are kind of unusual skulls in that they have really flattened faces, kind of like we do. And so what we're going to look at here is, so the openings in front are the nares, but they're also known as the external choani. The internal choani are on the other side there, and that's what allows us to breathe and eat at the same time. The orbits are the openings where the eyes are, and in cats they're relatively front-facing and very large. The temporal fossa, so a fossa is just kind of a cavity, like an indentation in a bone, and it's where muscle will sit. And so the temporal fossa is sitting on most of the temporal bone here. The zygomatic arch is what helps form the bottom part of the orbit, as well as part of the cheek. The external auditory meatus, hold that here, that's that hole right there, right above what's known as the tympanic bulla. So the bulla is that bump right below that opening. And inside the opening would be the ear ossicles, and I think you can actually see a couple of them sitting there still. Going on to some of the bones. The nasals, pretty obvious. They're the ones that are here up around on the top part of the nose. We have the frontals on the front of the skull. And it has a post-orbital process, so post meaning behind, and so that's this part here that forms that part of the orbit. The parietals are the paired bones on the top of the skull here, and the interparietal, not always easily present, but it would be located in this region. Oh, there it is, right there. There's the post-parietal. It's a single bone right along the middle, and sometimes it does fuse in with the parietals. The occipital bone is the whole back end here, and it has a big opening in it called the foramen magnum, and that's where so a foramen is any opening in the skull, and the foramen magnum is where the spinal cord comes out. Let's turn him upside down here. And so these points here are what articulate with the atlas vertebra, and they are the occipital condyles. And they kind of help define where things are. So we're upside down, so it'll make maybe a little less sense, but the basioccipital is going to be at the base here, so forming the base of the occipital bone. The supraoccipitals are what form the top part, and the epioccipitals are what form the actual condyles here, so off on the side. I'm sorry, exoccipitals, what I say, epioccipitals. The exoccipitals are what are going to form that condyle there. As for the jaws, mammals have teeth on two bones of the upper jaw. The premaxilla is the front portion here, and then the maxilla is the back portion here. The infraorbital canals are these openings there. Now, if we look at the teeth, in mammals we have incisors here, we have canines, and then we have premolars and molars. You can't actually physically tell the difference between premolars and molars. Premolars have a baby tooth version of them, and a molar forms is only found in the adult dentition. All right, the lacrimal bone is located up here. Sorry, gotta go on the inside here. It is on the front part of the orbit here, and you can find it by finding that hole. That's the lacrimal canal, or the opening for the lacrimal canal right there. Zygomatic is this bone right there, forming part and the major portion of that zygomatic arch. The palatine is this bone back here forming part of the palate. So we have palatine processes of the palate, palatine, the maxilla, and the premaxilla all forming that bony palate here. In life, this region would have been covered up by the soft palate made out of fibrocartilage. On the back end, we get the pterygoid. So pterygoid means wings, so it kind of looks like wings sticking out of the side of that bone. And we'll cut it off there.